If not for the 5-year-old me who was noise making and had to sing, I feel like I said, growing up, being taken to school and listening to music in the back of the car, like when I'd get home and like sing something and I sang it exactly how that singer sang it, like the run, and then I'd be like, eh, you know those moments you sing something and then you stop and you're like, where? That was me? My name is Iyanah. I am a singer, songwriter, recording artist, and performing artist based currently in Nairobi. That's one thing people don't know. I'm based in Nairobi. I'm actually born and raised at the coast. But yes, I am a music girl.
Yeah. Do it, do it. I love the way you do it to me, to me. Just let me come through it, through it, through it.
Dazzles.
Can I have a word real quick? There's some things that I need to get off of my chest that I'm tired of holding in. Think it's for the best if I let you know that you've been on my mind. I can't stop it, what's the use in trying? I don't wanna fight it, there ain't no denying. I need a minute to regroup, 'cause I can't stop myself from falling for you. And like me too, and all I want is to love. I wanna be there for you, and it's the only way I know how to do it, do it, do it. I love the way you do it to me, to me. Just let me come through it, through it, through it. What's best for you, wanna be there for you. Let me make sorry for the time I take and waste. I know I do it all the time, ain't up too late. But see, I'm live in the AMs. World's quiet, but these thoughts keep on playing. They keep saying, who knows, I'd like to see. 'Cause I know I chose, but she ain't for me. And now I hate what I've done. The world's come undone, but that's just every other day. I hope that she will save me. Just jumping deep, 'cause lately, yeah, tomorrow's looking kinda shaky. And maybe I'll just take a deep breath and keep my sleep. Hate those tears, dry your eyes. Jump for joy, don't waste no time. It'll be alright. Hate those tears, dry your eyes. Jump for joy, don't waste no time. It will be fine. Oh, oh. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. Sorry for the time I take and waste. I know I do it all the time, ain't up too late. But see, I'm live in the AMs. World's quiet, but these thoughts keep on playing. They keep saying, who knows, I'd like to see. 'Cause I know I chose, but he ain't for me. And now I hate what I've done. The world's come undone, but that's just every other day. I hope that he will save me. Just jumping deep, 'cause lately, yeah, tomorrow's looking kinda shaky. And maybe I'll just take a deep breath and keep my sleep. Hate those tears, dry your eyes. Jump for joy, don't waste no time. start my road. Sorry for the time I take and waste. I know I do it all the time. Ain't up too late, but see I'm live in the amps. World's quiet, but these thoughts keep on playing. They keep saying, who knows, who knows. I like to see, cause I know I chose, but he ain't for me. And now I hate what I've done. The world's come undone, but it's just hate those tears, dry your eyes. Jump for joy, don't waste no time. It will be alright. Hate those tears, dry your eyes. Jump for joy, don't waste no time. It will be fine. And was this all there was? 'Cause I feel if so, I've had enough. Oh. And was this all there was? 'Cause I feel if so, I've had enough. Oh, I did enough. I've done enough. Can't leave anyone. Ooh.
My name is Iyanah. I am a singer, songwriter, recording artist, and performing artist based currently in Nairobi. That's one thing people don't know. I'm based in Nairobi. I'm actually born and raised at the coast. But yes, I am a music girl. I've heard Hannah, Ian, Iyanah. There's one that was out of this world. I can't remember it right now, but it was just a polar opposite from my name. But it's just Iyanah. Yo, me, I've even been announced somewhere that I was performing by the wrong name, and I was like, it's okay, it's fine. I'll just grab the mic and tell them it's Iyanah. Yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, anyone could get it wrong. It's not like I have the simplest name. At the moment, I'm doing a lot of R&B, hip hop type of sounds, but don't peg me into one place. I'm doing a lot out here. I'd say my behind the scenes has a lot more going on than what's going on right now, but I'll just say I'm an artist and a lover of art. Well, I will steal this term that I'd say Maya Amolo coined. I'm a baby producer at the moment. I'm trying to learn the ropes at producing because, funny story is when I got into music as a child, I never wanted to perform. I didn't want to be singing, I wanted to just produce and do songwriting. So that's been my major goal at the moment, to fully get into producing. At the moment, I'm working on mixing my vocals, learning how to mix my vocals for myself. What else do I do? My God. I don't play an instrument, unfortunately. I'm a beginner at piano, but currently my voice is my only instrument. I songwrite. I love to songwrite. I've been doing it since I was a child. It was kind of my way of processing emotions because I didn't talk much. I didn't know how to... I was a horrible communicator. I'm not the best now, but I'm trying. There's times, honestly, because I feel like a lot of people who know me as this loud person, always talking, making jokes and stuff. And I feel like that's maybe in the right spaces, but I can actually be very silent. Like I could be in a room and you don't know I'm there. Yeah. I could literally just be another fly on the wall. It's very scary to people who have seen the happy side. They'll be like, oh, something's wrong here. What else do? I love to look at art. I can't paint art. See, the thing is, I'm not like horrible at it, but I'm not like, you interviewed my friend Andia luckily before me. So she is the definition of a multidisciplinary artist. I just at the moment just love looking at art, listening to art. You'll find me at an art gallery or the museum or at Andia's looking at her art. So basically at the moment I can say mostly on the music facet of life. I also dance sometimes. Describing myself as an adult scares me. I'm 22. My childhood. I feel like anyone who interacted with me in my childhood probably could have foreseen that I would eventually be a singer, a performer. I was always singing. I've basically, for as long as I've been able to talk, I have been singing. A random melody always like floats in my head. The earliest memory I have of singing, this is like my origin story. I love telling it. I was like 5, I think, and I was going to this school called Seacrest Preparatory School, which does not exist anymore. Don't look for it. No, really, it doesn't. It was a sister school of like Hillcrest, and so it was at the coast where I lived, and they had this annual Christmas play. You know, that traditional Christmas play with Mary and Joseph and the baby Jesus. And so they were casting for that, but because I was in like not late kindergarten, it involved some musical elements. So the people performing were not the singers, so they were looking for other people to like do the singing in the background and stuff. And so I was sat on the ground. We were all in like this assembly hall. And of course, Iyanah was talking to her friend very loudly because that's what she does. And I remember the teacher being like, oh, wait, stop. These two are making noise. Do you guys want to sing or what are you doing? Like, you're making noise. Do you want to come up here and tell us what you're doing? And so they were looking for someone to sing Away in a Manger when Jesus was being born. And me being a church girl at that time, I knew all these hymns and these Christmas carols. I was like, this is what they want. Let me just sing so I don't get in trouble, so I can sit down. And I remember singing, and then I was done, and then people just like kept quiet, and I was like, oh shit, I'm in trouble, aren't I? Like, I haven't gotten out of it. And then the teacher just goes, we found our singer, which was strange because the younger kids were never supposed to be performing. So I was like, crap, now I have to go and sing in front of people, and I'm a shy person. Eventually I did have to sing, and it was such a nerve-wracking thing. I remember being so terrified. I was a tiny girl, I was so small, and I was holding the microphone, and I was just like shaking, but I got through it, and I remember the applause that came, and I was like, what are these people? It's nonsense. Anyway, I was happy because my parents bought me pizza after. But that's the earliest memory I have of performing for people, and I feel like from then, I just kept getting these compliments of, hey, you're such a good singer, you should sing more. My brothers are probably other people who, hey, shout out to my brothers. My childhood, I can say, was, I come from a very rocky household in that my parents, they fought a lot, like verbally. I didn't really feel like, I'm a middle child. I have like 2 older brothers and then 1 younger brother, but I'm the only girl in the family. Yeah, people think it's a good thing. It's nice. Sir, it's not. It is not nice when your brothers are as hardcore as my brothers are. I feel like I have a very, I'd say the balance of masculine and feminine in my body is that sometimes masculine wins a bit more. When you grow up with boys who tell you come eat all, your food is gone, and you're fighting, you have to like be a bit, yeah, you gotta. So my parents now are separated, but like my whole childhood was like the before movie before that, so like the slowly getting into it. And being the only girl, people assume I was spoiled and got like baby girl treatment. I assure you, not in that household. My brothers were very tough with me, so I had to harden up, like we said. And my dad was not very much at home. He worked away from home, so I don't really. Honestly, our connection is also very. I don't think any of us have like. My mom was like our mom and dad, so. The environment being conducive for me to create, I would say yes. Mostly because I didn't really ever feel like I had someone to talk to, and I was home a lot on my own because my elder brothers were going and doing their own things. My younger brother was a baby for majority of it. I chilled a lot with like the house helps. So shout out to the many aunties that raised me. Thank you. And my mom was at work and my dad was at work. So I feel like listening to music was always a very comforting thing for me. I also remember every time my mom would drop me off at school, we'd be listening to the radio. So I feel like I've always been very quick at like capturing songs and runs and just like styles of writing from there. Also, I journaled a lot. So the journaling is truly what started my songwriting, because as I would write about my emotions, and I'd always have a random melody in my head. It just like one day put two and two together like, oh, you have words and you have this melody. It could become a song. I wish I could have come with the tiny little notebook I used to write my songs in. One day I will release those songs and it's hilarious. The songs I wrote then and the songs I write now, baby Iyanah would be very proud of me right now. Beyonce, her very early stuff. I was listening to a lot of Beyonce. Brandy a bit, because I do remember like singing. What was that song called? With you is where I'd rather be. That and some other songs. I would sing those all the time. Who else? Hip hop. A lot of hip hop. Having older brothers. Yeah, I was listening to a lot of Tupac, Biggie. Who else? Outkast. I love Outkast. So I honestly don't feel like there's just one genre, because I've listened, there's rock. There's a time I went through a very hard rock period as well. I've loved gospel always, for the rich voices, the soulful voices. Reggae. Oh yes, hey, that's my stuff right there. Yes, Bob Marley, Lucky Dube, the whole guys. Even like Zilizopendwa. Yeah, I like. Yes, that one for my dad. And I'd say Motown, my dad, as in those Rumbas, Zilizopendwa stuff for my dad, because he had a lot of music he'd leave around in cassettes, and Lionel Richie and Elvis Presley. So I've had a good mix of music from around the household. My mom was giving me Celine Dion and Chaka Khan, the whole thing. Look. Hey, what are you talking about? Kleptomaniacs? Come on. Klepto, Akina, Isa. Oh my God. I miss honestly, and Amani. Whoever Amani is, if you see this girl, you are the original Kenyan pop girl. Let them not tell you otherwise. I know there were groups, but I can't remember them as well. Like if I see their faces, I'll be like, yeah, because guys, at the same time, I'm 22. I'm a Gen Z. I can't remember these people so clearly, but I remember coming home and watching the beat when I could. So I'm caught up. Oh, Enjo Akali. Yeah, those guys were doing it. I started off at Seacrest, which was an IGCSE school. I was there until like, I remember joining 844 to the school I did KCP in when I was like, I don't remember if it was class 2, 3, or 4, but around that period, either 2007 to like 2010, around there. So I joined Word of Life, which is in Diani, where I grew up. And so there I feel like I truly properly started cultivating my writing and singing. I did not sing all the time, but I would write, and I had the cutest best friends that I still talk to today. My childhood gang, those guys are still with me now. I love those people. So I would write songs and like go show them off to my friends, and then they'd try to learn them, and we had this like girl group. Yeah, still my tiny note. One day I will show the contents of that book and you all will die. So we had a little like girl group. So I'd write the songs and we'd go and like practice choreography behind like the staff room. Oh. And then slowly there was a music club there. So I joined the music club and we'd get taught by this amazing teacher called Mr. Munga. That man could sing. In my head, he was it for me. He was like, dude, if I can sing like him one day, that's it. So I would also sing for the class when they would ask, because now it was a very small, growing up in the coast was having a very small class. Like, I knew everyone in the school from class 8 to kindergarten. We were so few. By the time I did KCP, there was 20 of us in class. Yeah, I promise you. And then it's a small town, so you know everyone, their parents, their siblings. So there is where I would like, that's again where my songwriting took place and everything. And then I cleared from there. Oh, and dancing. There was also a dancing club. Your girl was there. And then I joined high school. I joined another high school in Nakuru, Bahati Girls, but then I couldn't stay there because I have like health issues because it was too cold, too dusty. So then I joined Moi Girls Nairobi. Yes, you know us, you know of us. When you hear Cubs Choir has stepped in the place, feel afraid. So I joined Cubs Choir. That was like Form 1 still, like late Form 1, because I was those girls who came in halfway, you know, the mysterious girl.
Any memories from Bahati Girls?
I do recall having very good friends, and that is the place that made me like Uji. They had some really good Uji, my guy. Like, I think about that Uji when it gets cold. Yeah, but I wasn't there long enough to have done too much. So yeah, I was still in More Girls in first term, so yeah. I remember being sad though because I wanted to do music and Bahati Girls didn't have music. And then I joined Moi Girls at a time when I thought they had progressed too far enough for me to join. And then in like Form 4, they were telling me, what are you talking about? We don't need like write at one page in the book. And I'm like, no one told me this. Anyway, so we joined Moi Girls, and then immediately the first person to become my friend heard me sing and was like, you have to audition for choir. But I couldn't audition too early because they had already started learning the songs. Auditions had already taken place, so I auditioned later on in that year. And I feel like, because I've never gotten vocal classes or anything for my voice, I'm blessed enough to say that that was just me. So, you know, so that's truly why I can say I learned a few more skills, like on how to preserve my voice, how to take care of my voice, learning how to, because I didn't like truly learn music theory there, but I feel like there's an element of music theory you will learn if you are part of a choir. And we were being taught by the amazing Dr. Chokera, so he had like a PhD in music. So for me, once again, I feel like at every step I found someone who have been like, damn, if I'm like them, I've made it. Yeah, like that's it. If not for the 5-year-old me who was noise making and had to sing, I feel like I said, growing up, being taken to school and listening to music in the back of the car, like when I'd get home and like sing something and I sang it exactly how that singer sang it, like the run, and then I'd be like, eh, you know those moments you sing something and then you stop and you're like, where? That was me? Wow. Like that. So I feel like those two moments, but I never really was confident, like, Ati, I can tell people, hey, you know, I sing. So like, it would be one of my brothers walking past my room and coming and telling me, was that you? Or my mom. I remember this one time, a Rihanna song was playing and I was singing along. And then my mom came and she was like, was that you? I was like, no, it's Rihanna. And she was like, oh, I thought that was you. And I was like, you people don't know, but... So I'd say maybe from ages 5 and 7 was I aware that no, you can actually, like, when you sing, like, music is, it's sounding nice. Yeah, I'd say that's around the time I picked it up. There is where I feel like I went through a period of depression in high school, because that was the time when my parents were now officially separating. I was going through my own stuff in my personal life, just figuring out who is Iyanah now, how do I cope with this stuff. So I went through a period of writer's block for like 2-4 years. So I didn't write much there, but I had choir, which like saved my life, because whenever shit felt horrible, I knew that no, I'm gonna go for choir practice at this time, and I'm gonna meet my people and we're gonna sing. So yeah, and then after high school, I did this period of voluntary work. No, I went to conservatoire, which is where I started learning piano and a bit of music theory. And then now I did my voluntary work, and then that's where my writer's block kind of started. Like, I started stepping out of it. So I was writing stuff, crap songs. We'll never put that music out. Horrible. I don't know who was writing that. It's not me. And then now I joined uni, and people didn't know I could sing in uni, which was nice for me, because for the first time in my life, I was not, hey, Iyanah, ule dem anajua kuimba. Yeah, I was just like some random person. I was very low. I always had my hoodie on. And then I remember in like 2020 during COVID is where I wasn't fully out of depression at that time, but I was like functional enough to have joined the world and people would not know. But then in like 2020, when you're home and it's COVID and you have nowhere to go, you're just looking at these same 4 walls in your room, it starts eating back at you. And I was like, no. I just woke up one day and I was like, no, I can't do this anymore. And I like forced myself to start writing music again. And I was telling myself every day a new song or a new part of a song. And I feel like that's where I wrote a lot of the music that people have seen me perform or put out. Like the first single, For You, was written after that period. I'd written a few songs that I'm really trying to put out because I love those songs so much. But then For You came out at that time. A lot of the music people have seen me producing came out at that time. And that's also the period that started my music career. Yeah, I shot a few shots and the shots landed. I'm telling you guys, I never wanted to sing. I never wanted to sing. I never wanted to be in the spotlight. So conservatoire was just for me to learn piano because I'd always wanted to have at least an instrument under my belt and theory. I mean, I was so serious about being a producer. I was not, in no way did I want to be, I'm telling you, I'm shy. I didn't want to be the face of it. But as soon as I started, I think it hit me that no, you're supposed to be doing the whole thing, like anything music related is. I think it was a calling that I had for so long not picked up the call. And then now in 2020, it was like, no, like this is actually you. And I feel like I should have seen the signs because everyone before would tell me when we see you, we just see music, we see an artist. And I'd be like, these people are just on drugs. Yeah, I'm like, they're just telling me this because they're my friends, they love me, they're not telling me the truth. Yeah, but COVID period is, I think is the period no one asked for. Quarantine's the period no one asked for, but a lot of people needed it because because I keep saying there's people who are working non-stop, like the rest was very abrupt. We hadn't prepared for it, but I've seen a lot of people having benefited from it, and I'm blessed to be one of the people. No, it just gave you time to sit down with yourself and put your affairs in order. Because people didn't, I feel like life has this, like we were talking about the gut instinct thing. Life has a way of, if you don't make time to stop and self-reflect, it'll either just like bulldoze through you, or it will forcefully give you a period where you have to sit down and be like, ah. That's actually the person who I'd say really gave it to me before I even was intentional is my elder brother Ian, which is hilarious because we had this conversation the last time I was home. I knew I could sing because at the point in time I was confident with my voice. I knew I could sing, and I used to even go behind our home to like this place where it was like an elevated part of the ground and there was grass. So when I'd sing and the wind blows the grass, I'd be like, oh my God, the ground loves me. And I would do that a lot where I would like remove myself to go and sing because I was too shy to do it in front of people. I remember this one time where it was just in the living room and I was playing music on the TV and I was singing my heart out, and then you know how you just get that feeling someone is looking at you, and I turned and my brother is there just standing watching me, and then I immediately stopped. Like I didn't even say anything, I just stopped what I was doing and I sat down, and he came to me and he was like, how do you plan on singing for people and being like this superstar that you always are on your own if you can't even sing for me and I'm your own brother? And those words have stuck. You know, the funny thing is I was like 10 when he said those words. I'm 22 now, and every time I get shy before I go on stage, those words slap me, and I'm like, no, get your shit together. You have to go on and put on a show. And like, slowly by slowly, like, even now as we're adults, he's still always... I remember when I put out For You, which was the first single, we were just chilling, and I told him, I don't think I'm cut out for this. Like, people are not listening to me. People don't know who I am. I don't think I'm built for this. And he was like, shut up. Like, dude, I've been seeing you since you're a kid. You are built for this. Like, this is the only thing as your older sibling. I can tell you, I can see that this is what she's going to do for the rest of her life. So I'd say, without him knowing, it's been my elder brother. More recently, like when I've gotten very serious with it, my mother has been like, hey, okay, now that I see you're serious with it, like, it's not a joke, you mean it. She's come for a few shows, which is always nice, especially in the very beginning when I was playing my first shows. She would come down, and she was coming from far. She's coming like past Thika, which I appreciate. And then the people I've met along the way, like Rumbi, my friends Andia, Mali, because someone like Mali had been doing this way before. He'd been doing it way before COVID, so he was giving me the ropes of like how to perform, how it happens. They'd been like doing the music thing for a while, so they'd give me tips. My friend Ashton Lawrence, who's the eyeliner monarch. So I'm lucky enough to have built a network of artists who are now my closest friends. And then my elder brother who bullied me into confidence. So shout out Ian. Yeah, those have been the most pivotal people to me throughout this journey. I'm still very early in my career, so like I don't have like oh yeah, we performed it. No, yeah, there's no like huge extremes, but I was lucky enough to have performed with one of the people who literally is, you guys don't understand me, I love Xenia Manasseh so much. And earlier in the year, I got the opportunity to perform with Xenia as a background vocal and Ecstatic as well. Ooh, and Valerie Mudoni, how could I forget? Who, yeah, it's been, I feel like those for me were, that was, I'd say, is the best experience because, you know, like literally as I was starting in 2020, I was listening to Xenia, Karun, Maya Molo, Valerie on like loop because I was like, damn, these girls are so talented. I'm just trying to put out even like a fraction of what they've put out. So to now share the stage and do background vocals for these same people, to me it was an honor, honestly. They might not get it, but for me, I was fangirling the entire time. I have been told I'm very good at holding it in. You would never know. But for me, I was like, oh my God, like, wow. You know, you're on stage with someone and the whole time you're just like, wow, naimba. And then you forget, oh shit, niko hapo. I'm working. But yeah, those are like some of the best experiences I've had. And also meeting other people in the field, like getting to meet Benso, getting to meet, it's just, you meet these people and you're like, wow, I'm not scrolling through my phone, you're like right there. So I'm still in a few years or months, we will catch up and maybe I'll have a bigger thing. But for now, I did background vocals for like Ecstatic first, is how I got to do background vocals for like Xenia and Valerie. So I'd say that one person just having faith in you and saying, no, I would use this. Because, you know, some people would be like, hey, you're just a background vocal, like, relax. But I'm like, bro, in doing that, I feel like my name is now known way more than it was before. Because I had people like hit me up and be like, yo, I saw you on stage with Nani, is that true? And then I feel like that's when people started taking it seriously, like, oh, yeah, like you're not just out here doing random things. And I feel like through that, different people have come to know me. My name is mentioned in maybe greater circles than it was before. And I appreciate that because I've met a lot of also, through meeting those artists, I've met a lot of producers. And now work is in the works with them. And so it's never really, I think you don't realize an iconic moment until you see the aftermath of the moment. Because I would have never thought that was, because that was in January, and she just hit us up and was like, come BGV for me. And now the Iyanah I am today is a totally different Iyanah from that moment, because I feel like I started booking even better shows to perform at. I started learning a lot more and like how to know when, like knowing my worth as an artist as well. And yeah, so those were just, it was very small moments, but put together, yeah. Iconic. See the things I told you about, the little two things you learn along the way? Being signed as a child and as when I was starting would have seemed like everything to me. But right now, I don't know. I'm like, oh, do I wanna do that? I feel like also, as much as it is its own work, being an indie artist is very powerful in itself. You're in control of what you're putting out, and what you're putting out, it can be a proper reflection of you. You're very fluid and can work with different people, work on different stuff. Also, it just feels nice being your own boss. It gets tiring being your own boss because, like I said, I'm my own manager, publicist, I'm booking all the gigs. Sometimes I just want to chill and sing and get out of there, but like I'd say right now I'm enjoying the freedom I have being an indie artist. What I would look for maybe is just like a manager to help me do the business sides of things, but at the moment, no, I'm an independent artist and kind of loving it. Yeah, the bad days are the bad days, but it's fun. It's fun still. I would say of the ones that are completely important, music business. Like, you don't have to just have some knowledge in it. Because I'm telling you, people are gonna come around with offers that look so beautiful until you read the fine print and you're like, eh. Luckily, I can't say I've had myself be played. But like I said, because of meeting like someone like Mali and Ashton, I've heard their stories, and therefore I know how to point out a red flag when I see one. But yeah, I actually am in the process of taking a short course just to, yeah, because you need to have some. Luckily, I'd say having business knowledge period is helpful, but just like music business, get into it. Theory is always helpful just for the process of creating the music and the knowledge of being able to explain to someone, this is what I want from this. So that one is just helpful, I'd say, for communication purposes and for the applying it to your music as you're making it. As for sustainability, I currently, no, it does not sustain me enough for me to be fully dependent on my music career at the moment. However, I do know that it is sustainable the further you get in your career. Because like, there's passive, yeah, I've seen it, therefore I know it's possible.
It's been proven.
Yeah, you know, because like there's numerous ways of earning money from your music. There's a passive ways in that you register with like these, hey, my communication skills are gone. The first time I released a project was a single. It was For You. I still love that song. So I got I was posting covers a lot at that time. I don't do it anymore. I should. But yeah, I was posting covers, and this guy DMs me on Insta. And he's like, "Hi, my name is Dazzles, and I'm a producer. I'm just starting out, but I see that you're an artist who's also starting out. And I have a few beats, I could send them to you." And he sent me, of the ones he sent me, For You was one of them. It had a whole other name. Actually, I can't remember what the name of the beat was right now. But I remember listening to it, and immediately I just started writing to it. And I'm not gonna lie, it took a while. It wasn't as easy as I thought it would be, because I was so used to being able to write songs like so quickly. That was also the first time I ever wrote for a beat ever in my life, because I would only write for the music in my head, which is why I have so many songs written and not all of them are out, because it's a whole process trying to actually create the beats for them now. So I wrote it, and then he came to my place, which, hey, thank God, because I lived far, and I say this man really was serious about it, because he came the whole way, and we didn't even have proper recording equipment, which is hilarious. He had a mic that we put like a sock over, and some little thing, and we're recording straight into his laptop. Hey, man, we've been through it. Okay. Shout out Dazzles, love you. And so we recorded it, but of course I didn't like how it sounded. It wasn't sounding like music I can put out. So then I hit up my friend Andrew Mburu, he goes by Guru Mburu, who was doing recording services at the time. And so we went over to his, and I remember being so nervous, because it was the first time I'd ever recorded something like with the headphones and a whole mic setting, and I remember feeling such a I felt like such an amateur. I was like, I'm not doing this right. I probably sound like crap. But yeah, so we recorded For You, which is why it's like the most simple of songs I've put out. It doesn't have lots of background vocals and ad-libs. It's just a very straightforward thing. But that's my baby, and I love her so much, and I'm going to I'm in the process of re-recording it to how I would like it to sound now, to put into a whole EP. But yeah, that was when I wrote For You, and he sent me another beat, and that's how I wrote one of the songs that people know me by so much. Actually, they love that song, and it's not even out yet. It's called Make It Make Sense. So those two were by Dazzles. And then, hey, I'm thinking back at that time, and I'm like, we've really grown. So that came out in 2021. And as for the response it got, personally, it surpassed what I thought it would, because I genuinely did not think anyone would listen to it. But it got a few listens on Spotify. I'm not sure how many, but what I remember is that I put it out on YouTube first. I was like, okay, guy, I'm gonna tell them I've put it out, but I'm not gonna be like, hey, it's here, it's here. But people listened to it, mostly my friends, who then shared it with their friends. So it got a few listens and a few plays on Spotify and stuff, and I was like, oh, my cute little baby, people are listening to her. People still listen to her, because every time I log into my Spotify artist, I'll still find a few. Yeah, I'll still find a few numbers. And then, as I told you, 2020 is when I shot my shot with a lot of people. And then that's when I hit up, I just sent a very shy DM to Rumbi, who is a Kenyan indie singer. Well, he says he doesn't sing, but I say he sings and raps and produces. Lately, he's been doing a lot of work with Basic City, which is the band he's in. And so I remember seeing him on my Insta with he'd post he would call them his offerings, little guitar playing, and I'd be like, wow, he's so cool. So I DM him, and I'm like, hi, you don't know me, but if you could give me a few tips or just help me out, I'm starting out, I'd really like to work with you. And then he instantly replied, which I was very shocked about, but he was like, yeah, I'm doing this. He sent me his own tracks that he was not using, and one of them became Once Upon a Time, which is again another song I wrote that a lot of people like, that I'm glad. It's one of my favorites. And then we did AMs together, which of course now came with a bit more knowledge, so we pushed it a lot better and stuff, and AMs then became my most popular single at the time. And then lately I've released Bound with my friend Taiwan, which is, I'd say, my highest streamed song at the moment. It seems weird now because now at the stage I'm at, I know a few of them, so it's actually hilarious. But I've always loved Ukweli's work. Have met him a few times. He's a really nice guy, and I would like to shoot my shots confidently. But Ukweli, if you see this, I want to work with you. Also, there is Lucorito, who produces for Maya Molo a lot. I truly love how whatever he makes sounds, and I'd always be down to do something with him. And then there's Mr. Lou, because Mr. Lou is so cool. I mean, have you listened to anything Mr. Lou or Expresso has done? Then you know that that's sickness right there. I'd want to do like a whole hip hop type of thing with him. Yeah.
Sipping on some rosé whole day. I've been scrolling through all of the pictures that I took with you. I can hardly think straight, crazy. What the hell has this come to? Thought we said forever, but it seems like you found something better. I just gotta look for a way to keep pushing through. Watching you walk away broke my heart, I can't explain. I wish there was a way to make you stay, but since you're gone, I'll have to take one more shot, one more bottle till you faded out of my mind. One more hit, random kiss till I forget you were mine. I can't keep thinking about you until 1:45 for the rest of my life. So it's one more shot, one more bottle till I make you my once upon a time. Unconventional methods to try and erase you, but they just ain't working, no. I am trying to be patient, but I didn't expect it to last this fucking long. Watching you walk away, oh, it broke my heart, I can't explain. I wish there was a way to make you stay, but since you're gone, I'll have to take one more shot, one more bottle till you faded out of my mind. One more hit, random kiss till I forget you were mine. I can't keep thinking about you until 1:45 for the rest of my life. One more shot, one more bottle till I make you my once upon a time. Ooh, my once upon a time. Oh, Yeah, yeah.